Expanding this into a detailed 10,000-word script would involve breaking down each section more deeply, adding specific examples, scientific explanations, and offering greater context to the historical events. I will guide you through an expanded version, giving more detail and clarifications for each of the main sections. You can then expand from there. Introduction. Approx 500 words. In this section, you'll introduce the urgency and gravity of the current state of the planet, setting the stage for the historical dive into Earth's climate. You'll briefly touch on the modern climate crisis and how human activity is driving these changes. Invite your audience to engage emotionally and intellectually by asking questions that connect them to the planet's fate. Example: expansion. In today's world, we face an unprecedented crisis. Our planet's climate is changing at a rate faster than at any other point in recorded history. From wildfires tearing across continents to rising sea levels threatening coastal cities, the signs are clear. But what if I told you that this isn't the first time Earth has experienced dramatic climate shifts? In fact, for the last 500 million years, our planet has undergone dramatic climate events that have shaped the course of life as we know it. Earth's climate over 500 million years. Approx 1,000 words. This section provides a deeper understanding of the external and internal factors that drive Earth's climate. Discuss the geological history of the planet, introducing key concepts such as volcanic activity, tectonic movements, solar radiation, and their roles in shaping Earth's temperature. Example: expansion. External factors. Solar activity. Changes in the sun's output over time can influence Earth's climate. For instance, periods of low solar output, known as solar minima, are believed to have triggered colder periods on Earth, including the Little Ice Age. Internal factors. Volcanic eruptions are one of the most significant internal factors. Large eruptions release vast quantities of ash and gases like carbon dioxide and sulfur dioxide. While carbon dioxide contributes to global warming, sulfur dioxide can block sunlight, leading to temporary cooling effects. Provide real-world examples such as the KT extinction event, which ended the dinosaurs, and the Cambrian explosion, which significantly changed Earth's biodiversity. The asteroid impact and dinosaur extinction. Approx 1,200 words. This is where you can go in-depth into the most famous climate-altering event, the asteroid impact 66 million years ago. You can explore the science of how the impact caused massive fires, tsunamis, and a nuclear winter-like effect that led to a prolonged global cooling period. Example: expansion. The asteroid impact. Discuss the size and speed of the asteroid that struck the Yucatan Peninsula in present-day Mexico. Scientists estimate it was about 10 kilometers in diameter and traveling at 40,000 km/h. The energy released upon impact was billions of times more powerful than all the nuclear weapons on Earth today. Global cooling. Detail how the dust and soot blocked sunlight, causing temperatures to plummet globally. This effect lasted for years, and the disruption to photosynthesis led to the collapse of food chains. Biodiversity loss. Only 75% of all species on Earth went extinct, including all non-avian dinosaurs. In place of these ancient giants, mammals began to rise to prominence. This section would be rich in visuals and include expert quotes from paleontologists and climate scientists. Recovery and the Paleocene epoch. Approx 800 words. The recovery after the asteroid impact took millions of years. In this section, explore the ecological changes that occurred as mammals began to diversify and evolve, filling ecological niches left by extinct species. Also, discuss the role of volcanic activity in releasing carbon dioxide, which caused Earth's temperatures to rise again. Example: expansion. Rise of mammals. After the extinction event, Earth's ecosystems began to recover, with mammals slowly evolving to fill various niches. The Paleocene marked the beginning of the mammalian age, with species like early primates emerging and beginning to diversify. Volcanic influence. As volcanic activity increased in the Paleocene, carbon dioxide levels began to rise, setting the stage for the warming period that would continue for millions of years. This section would benefit from visuals illustrating the diversity of life post-dinosaur extinction, with comparisons between early mammals and the creatures they replaced. Eocene epoch, a warmer Earth, approx 1,000 words. The Eocene is one of the warmest periods in Earth's history, with global temperatures averaging 10 to 12 degrees, 18 to 21 degrees higher than today. During this time, forests covered the poles and life flourished. You can dive into the specifics of the climate during this period and how tectonic shifts contributed to these extreme temperatures. Example: expansion, warm climates and dense forests. The Eocene period saw temperatures soaring to levels not seen before or since. Rainforests covered areas that are now the Arctic Circle, and temperatures averaged between 20 degrees and 28 degrees, 68 degrees to 82 degrees, making the Earth a lush tropical paradise. Tectonic activity. Discuss how the movement of the continents led to the formation of landmasses and new ocean currents. For example, the opening of the Bering Strait and the formation of the Isthmus of Panama led to a disruption of ocean circulation, which also contributed to the warming of the planet. In this section, you can also talk about the evolution of certain species that thrived in the Eocene's warm climate, like early horses and primates. The Ice Ages and Glacial Expansion, approx 1,500 words. The history of ice ages provides one of the most fascinating stories of Earth's climate. The discussion of glacial expansion is crucial in showing how Earth's climate can swing from warm to cold in relatively short timescales. Example: expansion. Formation of ice sheets. Explain how the rise of the Antarctic ice sheet and later the Arctic ice cover began roughly 34 million years ago, driven by factors such as decreasing CO2 levels and the positioning of continents. Glaciation periods. Focus on the major ice ages, such as the Pleistocene glaciation, which began around 2.6 million years ago. During this period, large ice sheets covered vast portions of North America, Europe, and Asia. These glaciations, known as glacial interglacial cycles, dramatically reshaped the Earth's surface, forming many of today's landscapes. Tectonic influences. Detail how the movement of continents, like the closure of the Bering Strait, affected global ocean currents and, in turn, climate. Discuss how glaciations also influenced sea levels, pushing the coastline of continents up and down. The human impact. A new era of rapid change. Approximately 1,500 words. Here you'll transition from natural climate shifts to the role humans are playing in the climate crisis. Discuss the Industrial Revolution, the rise of carbon emissions, deforestation, and the increasing frequency of climate-related disasters. Example: expansion, Industrial Revolution and carbon emissions. Explain how the Industrial Revolution in the 18th and 19th centuries saw the widespread burning of fossil fuels, leading to the rapid increase in CO2 levels in the atmosphere. Deforestation and land use change. Discuss how humans have altered the land through deforestation, urbanization, and intensive agriculture, all of which contribute to changes in the climate. For instance, forests, which act as carbon sinks, have been cleared for agriculture and urban development. Technological advances and their role. While technology has led to advances in human development, it has also exacerbated climate change through the expansion of industries that pollute the atmosphere. The modern crisis. Global warming. Approx 2,000 words. This section should take the time to explain the science of global warming in detail, focusing on greenhouse gases, feedback loops, and climate models. Discuss the observable effects of global warming, such as extreme weather events, changing seasons, and ecological disruptions. Example: expansion. The greenhouse effect. A more detailed explanation of the greenhouse effect and how certain gases, CO2, methane, nitrous oxide, trap heat in the atmosphere. Use visuals to show how these gases create a blanket around Earth that causes warming. Current temperature rise. Talk about the rise in global temperatures, including how they've increased by about 1.2 degrees since pre-industrial times. Discuss what this means for ecosystems and human societies. Feedback loops. Introduce the concept of feedback loops, such as the melting of ice caps, which reduces Earth's albedo, reflectivity, causing more heat to be absorbed, which in turn causes more ice to melt. The extinction crisis, approximately 1,000 words. Discuss how climate change is contributing to the current extinction crisis. Highlight how species are adapting or being wiped out by changing environments. Use examples of species that are currently endangered due to climate-related changes. Example: expansion. Endangered species. Talk about specific species like the polar bear, which is losing its habitat due to melting sea ice, or coral reefs, which are bleaching due to rising ocean temperatures. Biodiversity and ecosystem collapse. Emphasize how the loss of biodiversity threatens entire ecosystems. For example, the decline of bees and other pollinators is threatening food security worldwide. A call to action. Approx 1,000 words. In the final section, urge viewers to take responsibility and act on climate change. Encourage them to adopt sustainable practices, support climate action policies, and get involved in environmental protection efforts. Example: expansion. Individual actions. Suggest practical actions that viewers can take, such as reducing energy consumption, supporting renewable energy, or reducing waste. Collective efforts. Call for greater political and economic action on climate change. Discuss international agreements like the Paris Agreement and how viewers can help push governments to take stronger action. Conclusion. Approx 500 words. Wrap up the video by reinforcing the main points and encouraging viewers to share their thoughts in the comments. Reiterate that change is possible if everyone works together to protect the planet. Example: expansion. The climate crisis may seem overwhelming, but remember, every little action counts. We all have a role to play in protecting the planet for future generations. This expanded structure should give you a great foundation for a 10,000-word video script. You can further enrich each section with more statistics, visuals, and expert quotes to keep your audience engaged.